Hi guys, I hope you've had a good week. I didn't get to post a video last week. That's kind of caregiver life. Things happen, but I'm back and um, I wanted to talk a little bit more about sleep. I know in the second video I did talk about sleep, and I've actually had some people that I've talked to tell me that they have trouble going to sleep, getting to sleep. So I wanted to go over what I do because I thought, in my small circle, which I now have a very small circle of people that I talk to on a regular basis, two of those people are, really have problems going to sleep, and it really affects their life. So I thought if, two of my very small circle are having that issue, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have that issue as well. And I used to have it, and I still do sometimes here and there, but I found something that works for me. So I wanted to share it so that hopefully it does help someone else. But first, while I'm here, I wanted to go ahead and show you a couple more things about mom's bed. I know I talked about that in, again, the second video, but I wanted to kind of give a little bit more detail of a couple things that have really helped me with putting her to bed. Um, it's just a basic hospital bed, just whatever insurance covered, kind of fitted sheet on the bottom. And then we just use a regular top sheet and blanket, whatever for her. I washed her bedding today, so I haven't fully made it yet. So I thought it was a perfect time to kind of go over a couple things. Um, One is we did put a mattress pad underneath the fitted sheet because these mattresses are a little hard. They're not the most comfortable. So it's not a full mattress pad. I think I said mattress pad. It's not a mattress pad. It's a mattress cover, but it's a little padded. It's slightly padded. So it does help a little bit with padding to make it a little more comfortable. But we have, this is what I talked about in the other video, this is the pressure pad. So I've got that. And then of course I put a couple of absorbent pads just in case, of accidents, in case something happens. I put those there. And then this is the thing that has helped me the most. It has been amazing. It was my husband's idea, and it was a brilliant idea. This is just a top sheet from another sheet set, and it's, I looked at the tag, it's polyester. So it's kind of silky. It's not silk or satin, but it's kind of silky. It's not regular cotton, but it slides. So I put this here, and I leave kind of the long end hanging out over the edge like this, because when I bring mom to bed, she can't really just, get herself in bed. She can sit on the edge. Sometimes she can kind of push herself back. A lot of times she can't. So I more or less have to lay her down, get her feet up, and then she's kind of over here on the edge. So then I have to slide her. And when I was doing that, it was hurting her because she has arthritis in her hips and stuff, and I was hurting her, and I did not like doing that. I would try my best to not, but it still would most of the time. So I need something, to help me slide her to where she's in a more comfortable position. She always sleeps on her side, on her left side. So when she's just laying back and I put her feet up, she's on her back, So this sheet, what I do is I'll put her, in the bed, I'll lay her down, and then I come around the other side of the bed. And then while she's laying here, I'll grip this side here and this side here, and then I shift. And this being silky and smooth, it slides very easily, and it helps me to get her shifted over in position and up over kind of onto her side like she likes to be. So this has been amazing. Just a simple sheet, but it's worked really well. And it just has made the transition to getting her laying down in position so much easier. And then I also, we're in the living room. There's a TV behind the camera there. I'll put on YouTube, I'll put some soothing music on for her. And I'll find something that has no commercials, because that's very important. You don't want, when you're trying to sleep, you don't want commercials. So you want to find something that's no commercials, possibly black screen, because what that means is after a few minutes, it'll actually, the screen will go black. Because, you know, with YouTube, you can't turn off the screen. Like, I use it myself as well. I was going to get into that with my part of it. But when it's on your phone, you can't shut your screen off when you're watching YouTube. It'll shut the video off. So the ones that say black screen, they'll actually, the screen will go black after a few minutes, so that way it's not lit up in your room and disturbing you. But even if you don't use one that's black screen, it's so important. Make sure it says no commercials or ad-free, no ads, whatever it says. I have had a couple times where it said no ads and there were ads. So then I find something else. But for Mom, we just put it on the TV. We don't worry about black screen. The one we use is actually dim enough that it just gives a little bit of light in the room, but not enough to make it bright. And again, there's no ads. Now, it will eventually, the TV will time out after a few hours. So if either one of us, you know, gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or take the dogs out or whatever the case may be, we'll pause it and unpause it just to keep it running through the night. Otherwise, it will go to we have Roku, so it'll go to that Roku background, you know, the cityscape scene or whatever that is. So that's for Mom. And then for myself, to help myself get to sleep at night, because I used to really have a lot of trouble. I would lay there and lay there and lay there and could not get to sleep. And then by the time you get to sleep good, it's time to wake up. And then you're exhausted. So for myself, what I do is I also, you know, find music on my phone, like I said, on YouTube, or I also have an app that I really like. It's called Insight Timer, and it has tons of different videos on there, the free part of it. There is a paid part, but I just use the free part, and you can find all kinds of, you know, sleep music, energy music, focus music. You can find all kinds of different megahertz if you're looking for something that is, you know, targeting one of your specific chakras. It has, you know, I mean, just so many different versions and variations of different types of music on it. And then they also have meditation. They have people where it's guided or where it's just music. It's just tons and tons of different options. So I like that one as well. And you can shut your screen off and it'll still play. So I'll just find one that's, you know, at least 30 minutes. Used to, I'd try to find one that was hours because I was afraid I was going to be up that long. But now if I find one that's 20, 30 minutes, I'm asleep by then. So that's all I need. But I will put some soothing music on my phone. Again, something with no ads, because there's nothing more disrupting and aggravating when you're trying to sleep and then just ad comes on. It's really loud after the soothing music. And find what works for you. There's some that's piano. I don't really care for the piano. I like it where it's just very soothing, and anything with like the plunking of the piano keys to me is kind of disruptive. That's just me. I don't like anything with water. Ocean waves. I love the ocean. I love going to the ocean, but ocean waves, the way they crash, that's too disruptive for me. So again, just find what works for you and what you like. But I'll put on some soothing music, and then I will do what they call either cyclic sighing or the physiological sigh. It's actually something that I found on YouTube, and I looked up the definition. It's cyclic sighing is a controlled breathing technique that acts as a rapid science-based tool to reduce stress and anxiety, improve mood, and lower resting heart rate. By deliberately activating the parasympathetic nervous system, it helps you feel calmer and more relaxed within just 5 minutes of daily practice. So it's good for anxiety, lowers your heart rate, improves sleep, improved focus. But I found it on a video, and I didn't even know it was like a thing, and that it was science-backed and all that until later on when I started looking, you know, doing some more research and looking into it. And at first I was actually doing it wrong because the video I watched, I don't know if I misunderstood or if the person did it wrong, but I was doing it wrong and it was still working. So I'm going to tell you both ways. And you probably think, well, why would I tell you the wrong way? Because it worked for me. The right way works for me too, but I'm just so used to the other way that I've been doing it for so long. I usually tend to do it the way I've been doing it for so long. So you can do it either way. And again, whatever works for you. But the way I was doing it originally was you take two sharp inhales and then you do a deeper inhale and hold it and then you exhale. So actually it's the second. So you do, and then you hold it and then you breathe out. So you inhale two sharp inhales through your nose. Second one is deeper. You hold it and then let it out. That's the way I was doing it, and like I said, it works. The way you're supposed to do it is, the actual way is you take one deep breath through your nose, filling your lungs, and then you take one more, they call it a sip, basically. So you breathe all the way in, fill your lungs until they're full, and then you just, like one more sip of breath through your nose, and then out through your mouth. So you're going to go. So that last little bit, you think you've got your lungs full, but you just get that one last little bit in there, and then you breathe out. And do that, about 5 times or so. Either way, either the way I was doing it originally or the correct way. But you do that. I do that about 5 times. I do that. And then what I do is I just start breathing deeply, slowly, in and out. And I'm actually doing both at that point through my nose. I don't breathe out through my mouth any longer after that because I'm laying there trying to relax and I don't want to have to focus so much on that part of it. But I will breathe in and out slowly and deeply. And as I'm doing that, you can use whatever words you want. There's actually some words that, help with meditation. They tell you certain words to use for different things. I just say in and out. Simple. So as I'm breathing in, in my head, I don't say it out loud. In my head, I'll be saying in, and then as I breathe out, out. In, out. And it's a form of meditation because you're focused on your breathing and you're focused on just the words in and out. If you find your mind wandering, just bring it back. And you will. It'll wander. You'll start thinking about what you did today or what you need to do tomorrow or why can't I sleep? Why am I sitting here not being able to sleep? You'll think about all kinds of different things. Just bring it back and just force yourself to in, out. And that's what works for me. And like I said, usually between, I haven't really timed it, but when I do use a video now that's only about 20 minutes long, when I wake up, whether it's middle of the night or the next morning, that video is long done and I didn't even notice it. So it's not like it turned off and it disrupted my sleep or anything like that. It was plenty of time for me. It did take some practice. So, it might take some for you as well, but it's just what really, really helps me to actually get to sleep at night. I don't always stay asleep the whole night. Sometimes I wake up because I'm hot, having a hot flash. The dogs wake me up, to go to the bathroom, whatever. But it does help me sleep. And then when I do have to get up in the middle of the night, I'll do it again. And then I get myself right back to sleep. So hopefully that helps somebody. And if you have any questions, if you want me, I guess I'll link the videos that I use. I'll put in the description Insight Timer. I'll put that app. I'll just what it's called. I don't know if I can actually do a link to. I just got it from the Google Play Store, and I don't know if Apple has it or not. But I have an Android, so that's what I use. And I'll also do the video that we use for Mom Every Night, just because that one to me is a really good soothing music video without ads. So that'll give you an example of what we use. But like I said, whatever you want to use. So whatever works for you. But until next week, I hope you guys have a good week. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. And I will talk to you again.